traders, I wanted to take just a few minutes today to introduce you to a tool, a custom tool that's available on the thinkorswim desktop platform that some traders will turn to when they can't quite make heads or tails of a trend. They might use it for trend confirmation, but also to see if that trend is strengthening or weakening. It's known as a moving average cloud, and it is a custom tool that can be added to one's charts on thinkorswim desktop. So let's go get acquainted with that tool. So as we dive into this, we of course need to consider the risks associated with trading and investing. Bear these important disclosures in mind. The information here is for general informational purposes only and should not be considered an individualized recommendation or endorsement of any particular security, chart pattern, or investment strategy. Schwab does not recommend the use of technical analysis as a sole means of investment or research, and investing involves risks, including the loss of principal. All right, but let's go right to the thinkorswim desktop platform. And we find ourselves here on a one-year chart of the S&P 500, and I have applied this custom indicator known as a moving average cloud. But to set the stage for why some traders might be using an indicator like this, let's look at what's been happening to the S&P over the course of about the last 6 weeks. And you can see that prices have been pretty choppy, and as a matter of fact, possibly even beginning a downtrend. And at times like these, some traders can get quite concerned or confused regarding whether a trend is still intact. If it's weakening, has it weakened sufficiently to reverse the trend? And under these sorts of circumstances, a trader might turn to an indicator such as a moving average or a combination of moving averages in an indicator known as a moving average cloud. So what we're looking at here, for those that are familiar with moving averages, this is a combination of two common moving average types. It's two exponential moving averages, one with a length of 21 days and a second with a length of 63 days. Now, 21 days is a typical month and 63 days is a typical quarter's worth of trading days. And now the concept here being that if the shorter term or faster 21-day moving average is rising above the 63-day moving average, the month exceeding the progress of the year, of the quarter, essentially, then a trader might conclude that the trend is still relatively strong, even in the face of more recent weeks of selling. Now, at times, though, that 21-day moving average might still be above the 63, but the difference can be narrowing. So there's a thickening and a narrowing of the cloud space between the two moving averages. And when our 21 is above the 63, we'll see a green indication indicating a potential bullish trend. When the 21 is below the 63, we'll see red, but the red and the green can be of varying degrees of thickness. So for some traders, when they see a thick cloud, that can be seen as a confirmation of particularly bullish, in the case of a green cloud, a bullish trend. If we see a narrowing or a thinning of that green cloud, it may be a weakening of a bullish trend, but we remain bullish as long as the 21 is above 63. And as a matter of fact, a thinning cloud, a thinning green cloud, may actually represent potential short-term entry opportunities as long as that 21 does not cross down through the 63 and transition to red. So this is just a brief introduction to this indicator known as a moving average cloud. Now, this is actually a custom indicator that needs to be added to the thinkorswim platform, and I've done that on my platform. If I were to go up here and click on my available studies and type in MAC, we can find our moving average cloud there. But if you were to look on yours, it wouldn't exist. So I've created a custom script here to create this indicator, and I will share that script down in the description for this video down below. So just go down below the video, you'll see an indication. Here's the link. And then you'll just want to add this link if you're interested in adding this to your platform. Just come up to the upper right, click on the little gear icon, select Open Shared Item, and paste that link right in here. Click Preview and Import, and that will bring up a chart with this indicator applied directly to it. All right. So that's your quick introduction to the moving average cloud. As always, this indicator is not a guarantee of performance on any individual trade, but I went a little bit deeper into a discussion of the moving average cloud and using it in combination with maybe a more common technical indicator known as the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. And I'd invite you to go check out that video. So I'll link my Advanced Charting Techniques webcast series in the description for this video down below, and you can find the video that I'm mentioning down there. But just to let you know, if you haven't subscribed to our Trader Talks channel on YouTube, do that now. Go down, click on the subscribe button. It only takes a second. It doesn't cost anything. But this is where we house the playlists of other webcasts. So we can go to playlists, and for example, scroll down about halfway, and you'll find a weekly webcast series that I do called Advanced Charting Techniques. And my most recent discussion, if we click on View Full Playlists, was an examination of the RSI in combination with a moving average cloud. Chartists have been using RSI to trade stocks for almost 50 years, was the title of the video. But I made an effort to modernize that 50-year-old indicator using a custom new tool known as the moving average cloud. So you might want to check out that webcast. A couple of other suggestions I have for you, and then I'll let you go. Number one is just make sure that you're following me on X. So you can find me on X. Just go to X. My handle there is @CameronMayCS, and I post here regularly. If you reply to one of my posts on X, I try to reply right back to you. It allows for interactions that aren't otherwise available when my camera's not on. Now, another way to follow me on social media, and this is pretty new, just within the last month, is to follow me on LinkedIn. So for LinkedIn, you can just go to linkedin.com/in, the typical prefix, but then add /CameronMayCS, and that'll take you right to my profile. Give me a follow there, and here I can do a little bit longer form posts than I can do on X. But guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope that little introduction to the MA Cloud was helpful to you. I'm going to look for other technical indicators, maybe just other trading concepts in general that I can bring to you. But whenever I see you again, until that moment arrives, I want to wish you the very best of luck. Happy trading. Bye-bye.